we can only truly be successful at something that we are willing to fail at. Right? And you have to be willing to fail multiple times in order to be successful. And if you're not willing to fail, you're not willing to be successful. Right? Because failure and success go hand in hand. You have to fail because that's where you learn, that's where you grow, and that's where you become a better person, right? So I live by that. If you're not willing to fail, you're not willing to be successful. And pain is always part of the process, especially for growth, right? I believe that in order to grow, you have to go through some sort of pain. And if you don't go through any pain, you're not growing at all, right? And this can be a macro thing or a micro thing. Like a micro thing is going to the gym and feeling very, very sore the next day, right? You went through a bit of pain. That's it. Like a micro level. When your body's sore and it just hurts. That's pain. You went through pain, but after that pain, your muscles are rebuilding, right? And I get bigger muscles. So you went through pain and you grew. And you repeat that process over and over and over and over again, right? So you have to be willing to fail. You have to be willing to go through pain to understand that success is on the other side. I have it written down here. It's important to go through pain, especially if everything you thought to be true or good isn't. It turned out to be the opposite, actually. But that itself is good because that's the beginning. Pain is part of the process and it's important to feel it. You can't keep chasing after the highs to cover up pain. If you continue to indulge in entitlement and delusional positive thinking or various substances or activities, you'll never generate the requisite motivation to actually change. That is something that really hit deep for me personally, because I used to be one of those guys that was always positive thinking. Bro, there's always a positive and a negative. There's always sunshine after the rainbow. Yes, that's all true. But that was just being said because I didn't want to go through pain. I was afraid of going through pain. I'm like, bro, like, that's gonna hurt to go through the pain, to actually feel that emotion. And I'm scared of that feeling. I don't want to go through that, right? But little did I know, just living a false fallacy of this fake positivity bullshit was hurting me even more, especially in the long run, right? Because you kind of just bottle everything up, and then one day you just explode, and all hell breaks loose, right? That's just something a little personal about myself. Yeah, that delusional positive thinking thing that's very dangerous, and you have to be aware of that. You have to be aware of when to actually be positive and when to actually understand, okay, like there is a deep lesson from this. Like you have to learn from every failure, right? It's not like you fail and then like, oh, it's okay. Like shit happens, man. Shit happens. Like there's a positive in that, man. Like it's okay that, like I don't even want to say any examples because I honestly don't have any. But I have a lot of things written down here. Most of these things is just from readings and honestly just personal experiences that I like to jot down. Just keep track of everything. And another thing is, you never actually know what the fuck you are doing. Don't forget that. Don't be afraid of that, because you have nothing to lose. Life is about not knowing and doing it anyways. That's another thing that stuck to me. This is from The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, book that I'm reading for the second time. First time I read it, I didn't take notes. Second time I'm reading it, taking notes and, highlighting the things that just stand out to me, right? But yeah, it's true though. You actually never know, like, what the fuck you're doing. You could be Elon Musk, this and that, right? At some degree, you don't know what the fuck you're actually doing. Some degree, right? And it's okay. And you shouldn't be afraid that you don't know what you're doing. You should just do it anyways. Because from doing it and failing, you learn. And that's completely fine. That's part of the process, like I said. And another big thing, something that helped me a lot, I already mentioned it in one of my videos before, is obviously take action, but This kind of like what I have written down here reinforces like the steps of taking action, because usually people wait to feel motivated, right? They feel motivated, fire themselves up, and they want to take action. Maybe they do, but they barely take enough action to the point where they get inspired, right? So the metric is pretty fucked up. It's feel motivated, take a bit of action. If I don't get enough action, then I don't even reach the part of inspiration. So you already failed. And you didn't even, like you already failed, right? So don't just sit there, do something, and the answer will follow. Action isn't just the effort of motivation, it is the cause of it. That's facts, right? Action isn't just the effect of motivation, it's the cause of it, right? Because you shouldn't be waiting for motivation for you to get up to take action, right? This is called the do something method in the book, and the method is simple. It's do something. Like, you just have to do something, right? And the motivation, the answers, everything will follow as you take action. Because if you really sit there and just mope about, like, what should I do? Like, should I do it this way? Like, I'm just stuck in this problem. I don't know what to do. You're just thinking about it, right? And sometimes you get sick of it, and you're just like, bro, just do it later, man. Procrastinate. But do something. Even tiny bit of effort, right? And it slowly builds up. For me personally, I hate going on the fucking treadmill, and I have to do it for 20 minutes on an incline, max incline of 15 at 3 speed for 20 minutes straight. So boring. Like, it's not that painful anymore, but it's just like, fuck, I hate doing it. But it's very beneficial for me, right? Because I'm burning some calories, I'm sweating for my cardiovascular health, all that. But I caught myself slipping. Like, I wouldn't do it, Like, sometimes I'll just skip it, be like, bro, like, it's fine. I had a good workout, Like, probably just do it next time. Or I'll do double next time. Double, like, I'll do 40 minutes. Damn well I'm not doing 40 fucking minutes on the treadmill if I can't even do 20. But one thing that helped is just do something, right? So I'll be okay. I'll do 5 minutes. 5 minutes I can do. And then once you do 5 minutes, you get a little motivated. You're like, oh, fuck, 5 minutes, that was easy. I bet you I could do 10. I bet you I could double that right now. You do 10 and then you get the exact same feeling. You get inspired. You're like, damn, bro, like David Goggins ran 100 miles in 3 days of prep? Bro, I could do this for 20 minutes on the treadmill, easy. Next thing you know, you do 20 minutes. It's the easiest thing you've ever done in your life just because you did a bit of action. You did something. So that is a very powerful tool. That is a very, very powerful, it's just a powerful tool. It's a good metric as well. Action, inspiration, motivation. I love that cycle. Instead of motivation, bit of action, no inspiration. With simply doing something as your only metric for success, well then, even failure pushes you forward. With simply doing something as your only metric of success. Yeah. Now let's do an example. Say, getting a girl's number. Okay. If your metric is your metric of success is, let's say, get laid, right? Don't lie. I'm not gonna lie either. All guys are just fucking horn dogs, and that is what it is. Sometimes you don't think with this, we think with that. But if your metric is get laid that night, it's like, let's say you never do this, right? Say you don't go up to girls, you don't ask for numbers. So you have no experience, but that's your metric, bro, you will never ever go up to that fucking girl and talk to her. Never. Never, ever, ever, ever. Because your metric of success is so... what's the word I'm looking for? It's just not possible in your mind. And it probably might not be possible, especially if you don't know what you're fucking doing. But if you don't know what you're doing, you should do it anyways. Right? Like I said earlier, that's life, bro. Not knowing something and doing it anyways to learn. But if your metric is simply just having a conversation as humans, right? Because your brains are fucked up from all the fucking porn and shit you be watching, right? That's why your metric's like that. Don't get me wrong. I used to go through that as well when I was younger, but If your metric is just have a good conversation with this person as a fucking human being, if that's your metric of success, you'll succeed every single time. Maybe not every single time if you're socially awkward, but like you get what I'm trying to say. You're taking action. And I think that's the most important thing. And that's considered a win, right? And it's funny, I had a conversation with my friend at the gym, and he told me that he wouldn't smoke like recreationally. He would just smoke, he would smoke recreationally, like with his friends. And he wouldn't do it by himself. And then one day he caught himself just going to the store by himself, buying it, just doing it by himself. And he's like, I just had a brain fart. I'm gonna keep the camera rolling though. This is authentic. This is me. I just had so many thoughts just go through my mind. But this is part of why I'm recording too. Just no edits, no nothing. I don't even rewatch these videos. I just say whatever I want to say, post it on the internet. Hopefully I'm careful with what I say. I think I am. But yeah, what was I saying? I was saying, oh yeah, his metric of success, right? He would catch himself smoking by himself, and I guess he wasn't happy with it, right? And he would look at the whole month and be like, okay, I went 3 weeks without smoking, but then the last week I smoked. So that whole month was a failure. I was like, fuck, like he's beating himself up over that 1 week. Understandable, being hard on yourself is good. But if you switch that metric and be like, okay, for the whole month, there's 4 weeks. And out of the 3 of the 4 weeks, I didn't smoke or indulge in anything bad. But 1 week I did, okay? But 3 weeks I didn't. Those 3 weeks are a win, right? Write that shit down. You conquered 3/4 of that month. That's a win, right? And that 1 week, you try to reduce it to a couple days until you eliminate it. If you can't cold turkey something, right? It's not easy to cold turkey something. But yeah, you have to switch that metric. And that was a paradigm shift that I gave him. But that's a paradigm shift that I got. Like, whenever I learned that. I don't know when I learned that. But yeah, the metrics of your values and your success dictate everything, right? But yeah, this video is getting long as hell. So I'll just see you guys in the next video.